Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for the week beginning June 22nd, 2026. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Thank you Scorpio, welcome. My name is Michelle and this is Gypsy Insights Tarot. Scorpio, meditating on your cards. And as I'm doing that, I'll just quickly let you know that I am open for business when it comes to personal readings. If you'd like one, you can reach out to me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. I am offering a special at the moment, $29 for a 15-minute one question recorded reading. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me on my email, which is also noted below in the descriptions box. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Let's take a look at what's going on for Scorpio during the time period of the week beginning June 22nd, 2026 for Scorpio. Alright, let's take a look. I'm going to get a couple of oracle cards. Firstly, let's take a look at the Sisters of the Sea oracle cards for Scorpio. Message for Scorpio for the week beginning June 22nd, 2026, please. For Scorpio, we have the Sea Spirits messages. Alright. Let's see. You may be receiving a message this week. You could even be sending a message to someone. Oh, we've got an energy of grace. And gratitude also wanted to come out, so I feel compelled to leave that one out. So grace and gratitude. Oh, lovely. Right in the center we have this Eight of Swords. Now, when it comes to the Sea Spirits messages, Scorpio, it may have been that the messages have not been going through. The messages aren't getting through, Scorpio. Okay. Now, that could be a symbol of blocked communication in many kind of ways. But I do feel that when it comes to what you're thinking, telepathically, I get that the messages are being heard on some more subliminal level. Sending out feelings, sending out thoughts. Okay. And sharing. Alright. Yeah. You know what? It feels like a sense of the messages are just... It's like you want to get them out, but they feel like they're just not being received. In the past, we do have this Six of Wands, Queen of Swords, alright, and Temperance card. Okay, Scorpio, I do apologise for the children outside there. They're not my children, next door neighbours there, and they've just come out and decided to make a lot of noise in the yard. So I do apologise. Scorpio, what I'm sensing around you here, especially with you coming out as this Queen of Swords, male or female, not meant to be gender specific, but with that Queen of Swords, it really is about being able to look at the world around you and being able to discern it in whatever way you choose. Now, in this case, I'm seeing this as you looking with wisdom. And with that, Scorpio, there is looking at the world in a much bigger and wider way. You know, the Queen of Swords is looking off there into the distance, and she's surrendering to the wisdom of the divine. There's a kind of nobility with this card, and with the energy of grace, I do see this as you acting with nobility. You know, sometimes the higher wisdom is to simply let go, even if you know you're right. Yes. So for you, Scorpio, it's about hearing the truth of others without reacting or responding in a way which causes anger. Yes, all is well. If you look at the world through a lens of, you know what, I'm just going to let that angst go, let that anxiety go, let what is concerning me go, and just look at it through those wise eyes of yours, Scorpio. You find peace. The Temperance card. Now, temperance is a kind of gratitude, really. When you think about it, we have the bluebell fairy here, this card of gratitude. And thankfulness is the secret to a joy-filled life. It's like modern-day alchemy with this Temperance card. And that's what you want to create. You want to create a happiness. You want to create peace. And it seems so simple, Scorpio. You know, it seems so simple, yet we make it hard, don't we? We do. So no matter what's happening around you, Scorpio, there's always something that you can look at and be grateful for. And when you're in that kind of energy, even if you're around people or situations that you find quite challenging, then you can watch the world change around you. So instead of looking at it through eyes of, oh gosh, you know, these people are really irritating me, or this situation is just getting under my skin, by choosing to look at it in a wider perspective, you can create a different kind of world for yourself. Yeah, you know, it's easy to be grateful when everything's going our way, but even when it's hard, there is always something to be thankful for. And I see you in that state. There's humility here. Humility and gratitude open up the door to grace. Okay, Scorpio. Yeah, there's that Nine of Swords. I'm not surprised to see that there, because you know, when things create stress in our lives. I'll give you an example. My neighbours, for instance, are very noisy, and it seems like whenever I sit down to do a reading, suddenly the dogs start barking, the children start crying, and there's a whole bunch of people walking by on the street yelling at the top of their voices, and people acting crazy, tearing around the corner in their vehicles, just driving me nuts, right? So there's something here that's kind of driven you to a distraction. And, you know, it's hard to listen when you've got all of this noise around you. So for you, Scorpio, it's about shutting out the noise and finding that sense of peace and calm, no matter what is challenging around you. And if you do that, it shall be so. The Seven of Cups. Now, especially when it comes to choices, it's hard to focus on one thing when we've got too much going on, too many distractions. The Emperor, I feel that that's you, Scorpio, trying to take control of your life and free yourself from any kind of distracting thoughts, whether they're good or bad. I mean, you know, in tarot we often focus on negative thoughts, but having fantasies, daydreams, that kind of thing can also distract us from what we should be focusing on as well. So let's get a couple of cards for you. I'm going to get one from the Oracle of the Feline Sages for Scorpio. Psychic Insight, the Russian White. Yeah, for some of you, you're listening for insight, you're listening for that, but you may find that there's just too much noise, external influences that could be blocking this communication that I was getting right at the beginning. You know, Spirit's messages. You may feel like they're being blocked at the present time because there's just too much interference. So use your intuition, trust your guidance with this Russian White. Yeah, an important message is waiting for you. I just got that. So for some of you, you could come home after a very distracting, kind of challenging day, and find that an important message is waiting for you in your inbox or waiting for you on your phone. Yeah. Take it as a sign, guys. It feels like something that comes when you need it. Yeah. This Russian white is all about psychic insight and seeing into the heart of things. Yeah, I feel like this intuition, this insight, it's going to come at the right time for you. And and for some of you, it will either be a message that you are hoping to receive and have been worried about. For still some of my Scorpios, this may be a message that you've been dreading. Like, oh, I was thinking that was going to come, and I was hoping it wouldn't, but here it is. The way that your body reacts to receiving the message will tell you whether it's something that you're feeling very positive about, or whether this is something that you've been dreading. You know, it may feel like a burden. For others of you still, it may feel like a precious gift. Yeah. The future, of course, is not fixed for any of us. With this Seven of Cups, there are limitless forms and directions that it can take. But like this psychic cat spirit here of this Russian white, you can attune to possibilities and make choices accordingly. Sometimes your psychic insight is blocked. Yeah. So I feel that when it comes to this message, it may unblock that powerful insight of yours. It feels like a catalyst. And with this message, you may instantly attune to the emotions that it brings to you. You could have even had some sort of prophetic dream, or simply know something's coming without knowing how you know that. When you listen to your body, it might propel you in a certain direction or nudge you toward an action. It does feel like you have choices when it comes to how to react to this message that's coming through here, Scorpio. Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it seems like it could be quite a tempting message, or a very seductive message. But for a lot of my Scorpios, it may actually be something more than that. It feels deeper than what it appears, is the message that I'm getting from Spirit. Let's see, I'm going to pull some more cards. What is all of this about for my Scorpios, please? It seems to be all about how you react to some communication. You're meant to be rather neutral, not see it as overly positive or overly negative, but it just is, this message. Trust. Okay. Trust. Distractions. Yeah, I keep getting that. Tested by a distraction. This person's message could be a distraction. Generosity. It's your decision whether or not you can afford to be generous with the gift of your time, the gift of your attention to something this week that could be quite distracting. Yeah, this person may want to share something with you, or want you to share something with them. Okay. With the Ten of Swords, a lot of you are choosing not to be generous or not to share with this particular person. I'm getting like a 50-50 kind of energy here. Yeah, use your instincts, use your intuition to, you may have a hunch about this message that comes through for you, Scorpio. It seems like it has some sort of hidden meaning, or it's a message that you don't exactly trust. It may be distracting you, pulling you from your focus. This person may be asking you to give them something, or share your generosity with them. Interesting, Scorpio. I'm going to get some more cards here. We have starting fresh and cherishing self. Yeah, I think for a lot of you, you're choosing to not go down a road. It feels like you're putting yourself first, or this choice may be a choice to let go of distractions, to act with grace and gratitude. Some of you are putting an end to something that you feel is taking energy from you. And I think that with this cherishing self, you're deciding, you know what, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to make myself the priority here. So this Ten of Swords feels like an end to something that you were giving to in the past here, Scorpio. Let's see. When it comes to your work, your career, credit repair, could be working on that. Some of you may have been denying a loan. Someone may ask you for money here, Scorpio. They may be between jobs. They may see you as a money tree. You're not. Dressed to impress. They could look quite good. And shopping. They may be someone who spends a lot of money. They may like a lot of nice clothing. I don't feel this is you. It feels like somebody around you, Scorpio. But with that Queen of Swords energy, I feel like you're cutting that out. No, you're laying down boundaries. You're saying no when you need to with that Ten of Swords. Yeah, someone who expects you to be very generous with them, I feel, Scorpio, you're saying no. You're putting yourself first. It's a new start for you, because I think in the past you have been someone who has been maybe a little too generous with people around you. And now it's become a bit of a distraction. But the way that you're saying no is with grace, with gratitude. You're not being harsh. You're just being firm. Yeah, not harsh but firm. And I feel that that's what this week looks like for you. But you could have some sort of tempting distraction here. Certainly. Let's see. I'm going to get a card from the Ganesha deck. Message for Scorpio. Yeah. Spiritual quest. Yeah, I feel that you're more focused on walking a path of spirituality this week. And when it comes to this other person, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I think that for you, Scorpio, it's about realizing your full potential. And I think that you are choosing to become well, that's really all Spirit is telling me here. Each of us has a very unique journey, and each of us is meant to become something, become who we were always meant to be, become our potential. And I feel that that's what you're working towards here. Now, in the past, I think you've had some upheaval, some conflict, but that's given birth to a desire for greater clarity about the purpose, the meaning of your life. So you're embarking on this spiritual journey, and you're hoping to gain wisdom, enlightenment, and an enhanced sense of your personal power, traveling this path of yours, making a point to commit to the quest and not be tempted by distractions that may cause you to veer off track. So Ganesha's urging you to focus your energy less on having and more on simply being. Your spiritual growth can be enhanced by the regular practice of meditation, quiet time, and self-reflection here, Scorpio. Yeah, I feel that you can cut out the energy of these distractions. And it's like hearing from someone that you know is going to be a distraction, but like, oh no. No, I just can't. Not this week. Let's get some tea leaves for you, Scorpio. Great worry. Okay. Oh, there's good fortune here, so something may come in, but I feel that you can easily turn this down, whatever it is. We have someone you know is undependable and insincere. I feel this is the person we're talking about. Clearing it out of your life, new attitude, the decluttering. Here's this psychic ability, trust your instincts, your intuition. We've got the eye there. And you're stepping into a new experience here, Scorpio. One which is more about, less about people who are looking to you for I don't know, I just get somebody here wanting to go shopping. Yeah, it feels like something that you're espousing. You're espousing that kind of need to have a lot of things. I mean, you have what you need, but when it comes to stuff that you don't need, and especially when it comes to other people, wanting you to share what you have with them, especially when it comes to money, things, I get you cleaning house here and stepping into a totally different vibration, one with grace, one with gratitude, and one where you're really focused more on focusing your power on using your instincts, your psychic instincts, your insights, your intuition, and developing those. And I think that by developing those, you can then say no to things that you know are going to be distractions, and you can trust that you make the right decisions when it comes to what you need to focus your energy on. Yeah? So I get you being very clear about the things that are just distractions and saying no to that. And this is you saying no this week, whereas before you probably were pretty tempted to say yes. So I'm going to leave it there, because this is leading you to a very prosperous energy by being in this kind of state of mind. It's leading to wisdom, and it's leading to even greater prosperity. It seems very fortuitous. So it seems like counterproductive, doesn't it? By getting rid of things, removing clutter from our lives, being very focused on our spirituality, our quest to reach our highest potential. It doesn't actually mean that we live like monks. That is something that's, by being in that energy, you're going to attract to you exactly what you need at this time. So if you're looking for something like a job offer, if you're looking for something which provides you with the very things that you've wanted in the past, by being in this more humble spiritual quest, that's what's going to bring that energy in. It's like magical space clearing, Scorpio, so that all of this positive stuff can come into your life. But it's not by going out and shopping for it. It's something that is received. Hope that makes sense, guys. It really does feel like you're heading into a very productive and very prosperous time, Scorpio. And it's by you shutting out this distractive energy and not oversharing or being over generous here. Instead, caring for self. Starting this new experience, new way of life that's going to allow that to come into you. Wow. I love that. I'm going to get one more card for you guys. One more message here, please, for Scorpio. This one went deep. It always does for you guys. Planting seeds. Yeah, the seeds of grace are being planted, and it is in a fertile soil. Yeah, that's what I'm saying all throughout this reading. It's hard to put into words because it's so high vibrational, but I feel you feeling it. Right at the beginning of this reading, the message isn't getting through. The message isn't getting through. I hope by the end of it, it is getting through. I'm going to leave it there, guys, and wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me. My links are down below. I thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. Please do keep them coming. Very important for my channel, so I appreciate each and every one of you for your support. Thank you, Scorpio, and bye for now.